How to stop overthinking. Many times we find ourselves thinking and thinking over and over again, and we only notice once hours have gone by. It's the feeling of being uncomfortable and at the same time distracted all the time, making every day life feel harder than it needs to be. It's almost like one part of your brain is running on autopilot while the other part is stuck trying to figure it out, and that is exhausting. It may not be obvious at first, but a lot of us come to believe that if we keep thinking enough minutes, hours, even days, we finally land on a clear answer, and sometimes we fall into that trap. Rumination doesn't really reach a conclusion. It often needs on the same thought and keeps looping. I'm a psychologist and I've seen this pattern many times. I've been experienced it too. In the end, the thinking cycle doesn't stop until you introduce a change. That change can help you to get your feet back in the ground, clear your mind, and start enjoying mental peace and ultimately your life again. Getting started, let me ask you, how do you respond to your thoughts when you start overthinking? How do you see them? Some people relate that thoughts like, I need to analyze this so it doesn't happen again. If I keep turning it over, I'll find the right answer, or worry prepares me so I won't be caught off guard. And these thoughts about thinking, guess what? Keep you thinking. They justify taking stock in rumination, but ask yourself, are these thoughts actually working? Have I truly found that perfect answer, or does it feel like I'm drifting further away from how I want things to be? When we ruminate, we often run into consequence. I want to identify yours, for example. I need to analyze this so it doesn't happen again. In common consequence, rumination keeps you in analysis mode without action. It can make you more hypervigilant. This can happen again, which increases anxiety and stops from practicing useful behaviors. The other one, if I keep turning it over, I'll find the right answer. Common consequence, rumination reduces decision quality. It increases doubt and the need for certainty. The more you chase the perfect answer, the more impossible it feels. The other one, worrying prepares me so I won't be caught off guard. Common consequence, worry prepares you to suffer twice. You mentally rehearse catastrophes, rising stress as if it were already happening. It creates a false sense of safety. I imagine it so I'm ready, but in the real moment your body still reacts. Do you see it? A lot of the time, what we think doesn't match what we are actually living. And that happens because thinking is delicate. When we are under stress or anxiety, our cognitive abilities get compromised. We tend to make mistakes and become unrealistic in what we think and therefore in what we do. As a first step, identify the belief that things helps makes us aware of why we assume it's useful, and from there we can begin to deconstruct it like I showed above. But wait, it's not only about identifying it. The next step is key if you want to stop rumination. I want you to imagine rumination as a circle that fills on thoughts. If you keep feeding it with more thinking, the cycle grows stronger, meaning you'll ruminate longer and more intensely. So no, thinking more often just keeps you trapped. The trick is to break that change, but keep this in mind. People may recommend you meditating, distracting yourself, or telling yourself that in 10 years the problem won't feel so big. For many people that can help, for others, especially when the thoughts are connected to a skill you want to build or a goal you want to reach, there's another strategy that can help a lot. Listen, rumination is often maintained by thoughts about challenge, things we believe we must improve or stay alert about. So I want you to identify what those thoughts are in your case. For example, if you overthink over presentations, when you have to present, you might start thinking about how you'll stand, how you'll speak, or how you'll gesture. And if you don't have a way to train or learn those skills, you'll feel lost and you'll think about it endlessly. So based on what you identify, write down what you can do to improve the situation that triggers your rumination. Obviously, realistic things you can do now. Continuing the example, learn how to present, practice in the mirror, watch YouTube videos, rehearse with the friends. All of that gives you brain security. It gives you information that you know what to do. And rumination drops dramatically. Your brain has a clear route. Each time your mind wants to loop on the problem, it can direct to the strategies you wrote down, especially to the actions you actually take. Action is the killer of rumination. I hope this strategy helped you, and I'll see you next time. I'm Juanes, and goodbye.